Several years later, however, another Taoist stood at the same spot and looked up to the top of the peak. Before he left Wudang Mountain, he made a prediction that shocked the emperor and brought Wudang Mountain into the limelight once again. Who was this Taoist? And what did he predict? One day in the year 1412, a Taoist was making his way back to Mount Wudang. His name was Sun Biyuan, and he was carrying an important letter from Emperor Yongle to his master. In it, the emperor had written, "I'm an admirer of yours, and I've written to you several times hoping to arrange a meeting with the great master. Can I have the honor this time?" Together with the letter was an imperial edict. To prepare for the emperor's visit, Sun Biyuan was to build a magnificent palace on Mount Wudang. The emperor even had a name ready for the palace, Yuan Palace, or the palace to meet the immortal. But why was the emperor so anxious to visit the mountain? And who was the immortal he wished to meet there? Of all the people related to Mount Wudang, the most famous and the most legendary is Taoist Zhang Sanfeng, a great kung fu master said to have lived for more than 400 years, from the mid-Yuan Dynasty to the early Ming Dynasty. The great kung fu master had many names, including a nickname that referred to his unkempt appearance. But the name he would be most remembered by was Zhang Sanfeng.
《关于他的传说太多了，有说他是宋朝人，有说他是金时候的人，民俗上没有说他什么时候人，就是说有给他做了一个传，那做了一个传就刚才说他是明朝人了嘛。
Zhang Sanfeng was said to be in one place in the morning and another place several hundred miles away in the evening. Whatever the truth of these tales, they fascinated the people of China for generations.
说这个人是个什么样的人呢？说这个人啊，长得个子很大，胡子很硬，像戟一样刺出来，饭量很大，一次可以吃数升，或者说几天就不吃，这个行踪诡秘。
People enjoy talking about Zhang Sanfeng's unusual appearance. He is said to have looked like a turtle or a crane with huge ears and bulging eyes. In both winter and summer, he wore nothing more than a Taoist robe under a straw raincoat. People considered him an immortal from another world.
越演绎张三丰这个人，就越没有定型了，而且各地都说出现张三丰了。四川有记载，陕西有记载，湖北有记载，大概有 7、8个这个省市的这些地区有记载过张三丰，啊，但是呢，据考证呢，实际上这都是明初大家寻找张三丰以后，因为张三丰这个影响非常大，所以大家都在觉得，哎，这个张三丰可能跟我这有关系。
Clearly, many of the legends told about Zhang Sanfeng are too fanciful to be taken seriously. However, the official history of the Ming Dynasty is a reliable account. It states that Zhang Sanfeng did indeed visit the Wudang Mountains.
According to official history of the Ming Dynasty, Zhang Sanfeng led his followers to Mount Wudang. There they rebuilt the dilapidated Taoist buildings and then left. If this is true, where did they go to? Nobody knows. The book records that Zhu Yuanzhang, Emperor Taizhu, dispatched men to look for Zhang Sanfeng, but that they failed to find him.
明太祖自己写过一个书叫《大诰》，这个《大诰》里边专门有一篇叫“誓不为君用”，这个就是说你有本事的人，你如果不为皇帝所用，那是个罪。所以呢，有些隐逸之事他不知道的，那么他就要去找寻。所以呢，这个太祖的时候呢，是曾经有过找寻张三丰的这样的做法。
But why was this legendary figure so elusive? And why did he remain so despite the repeated efforts of more than one emperor? Did this man really exist in history? Or were the emperor's attempts to locate him nothing but a wild goose hunt? Over the past 700 years, people have tried but failed to decipher this riddle. But one thing is certain. Each time Zhang Sanfeng is mentioned, he is associated with Mount Wudang. Most Kung Fu practitioners on Mount Wudang today look upon Zhang Sanfeng as their forerunner. Master Yuan is a 15th generation student who came to the mountain when he was in his 20s. After a dozen or so years of hard work, he became a genuine Kung Fu master. He feels that Zhang Sanfeng's presence can be felt everywhere on the mountain. Today, the great master is no longer elusive. As a 100% immortal, he sits quietly on the main altar inside Zixiao Palace to receive offerings from his followers. But how did Zhang Sanfeng acquire his legendary Kung Fu skills before he became immortal? Among all the versions that attempt to answer this question, the following is the most popular. It's about a fight between a bird and a snake.
蛇嘛，就是伏在地上，很静的，在以静来制动。那雀嘛，是因为它在树上，它是要不断的发起进攻。由此呢，说张三丰祖师呢，这个发明了这个内家拳。所谓内家拳的最根本的意义就是动静跟刚武的关系嘛。
Every day in Xiaolian Valley on Mount Wudang, Taoists can be seen practicing this style. For the Taoists here, this valley is a perfect place to practice Kung Fu because the mountain is an inexhaustible source of energy. By practicing here, they can communicate with both heaven and the earth and absorb the essence of nature. The ultimate objective of these Kung Fu practitioners is to draw upon Mother Nature and return to her. Many Wudang Kung Fu styles are named after animals. For example, the eagle, the snake, the monkey, the tiger, and the bear. It is said that through Taiji boxing, a practitioner can reflect the force of an enemy back to him and defeat him. Astonished by this style, Wang Zongxi, an established Qing dynasty scholar, gave the credit for inventing the style to Zhang Sanfeng. In his epitaph for Wang Jiangnan, Wang Zongxi documented the following story.
这个张三丰去召见的过程呢，在路上呢，是吧？就是说道梗，就是被堵，道不通，被堵住了啊，没说什么原因。他这晚上呢，就睡觉的时候做了个梦。
According to Huang Zongxi's account, the major god of Mount Wudang sent a message to Zhang Sanfeng that paved his way to immortality.
梦到了什么呢？梦到这个宣帝，就是宣武，就是武当山的这个神，是吧？哎，教他的拳。 他在梦里头学的拳，然后第二天呢，这个他就碰到强盗了，遇到强盗了。这个时候他一个人杀了100多个强盗，啊，就说明这个拳很厉害了。
Step by step, Zhang Sanfeng progressed through this style all the way to immortality.
Numerous stories are told about Zhang Sanfeng, and in particular about his mastery of Kung Fu. None of them, though, appear in the official records. The sources are invariably literary. Yuan is considered to have been the first historian to study Zhang Sanfeng in any serious way. His writings on the subject have been regarded by later generations as quite reliable. But who was Ren Ziyuan? We'll find out in our next episode. And thank you for joining us on today's New Frontiers. Tune in again next time for more about the Wudang Mountains, the most sacred sanctuary of Taoism. I'm Xiaolian on CCTV International. Goodbye.